If you've seen any of Kevin's videos before, he tries these tablets and gives them a little test and sees how he likes them. So the most recent one that he's been doing is the Supernote Manta. He had it for about a month. You tried the Supernote Nomad before,
Yep.
and then you tried the RM1, RM2, Paper Pro, the V-Woods, and now the Manta. So I'd say at this point you're pretty familiar with these in general, right?
I am.
So we'll talk a little bit about the new pens. But first, just as a thank you for all of this, I want to give you
No way.
this.
Dude,
This
no.
is I know you said you
Oh,
liked.
man, yes.
I know you said you liked the size of the Nomad.
Yes.
So this is 8.2. So this is 7.8. So it's a
Yes.
little. The screen's
No,
a
this is
tiny bit
perfect.
bigger, but it also has a front light. So you can draw on the subway. You can draw at night. You can
I am
read
literally
comics on
growing hair out my head, Rick.
I preloaded a Dragon Ball Z for you.
Oh, nice.
You can see kind of. What
Oh, that is
comics look on it.
sick. Oh, thank you, man. This is...
And then, this one, we'll talk a little bit. I'll
Yeah.
show you a little bit more later, but it's also got AI built in. Because
Absolutely.
you tried the Big Brother, do you remember?
Yep,
The
yep,
V-Woods
yep.
big one.
Yep.
This is the mini.
Okay, so this is just the same...
It's the mini of the,
Yeah,
the bigger
the
one you
big
tried.
one, yeah.
Yeah, so you should be
Yeah, yeah.
kind of familiar with
I
the
am.
software.
I am.
But I'll put out my full review so you can
Oh,
get
that's,
like a
that
full...
worked. Oh, thank you.
You can watch that and see exactly how everything works. in
Thank
that.
you, man.
Actually, one of the first things I wanted to talk about was, remember I sent you that video of Katsuya Terada?
Yep.
So
That actually inspired me to do this.
okay, cool. So I'll link it below, but there was this
Yeah.
really cool video I found, and Kevin apparently knows, and you met the artist, I
Yes.
think, of this guy, Japanese guy, Katsuya Terada, and he was drawing on the Remarkable 2, I believe. So he does a lot of little sketches on it.
Yeah.
I'll link it below if anyone wants to see it.
I drew a crow.
Oh, that's sweet. And did you do this? This is in Atelier, or is it in the Notes app?
I believe it's in the...
If you tap
Let's see.
that,
Let's see.
that's in Atelier.
Atelier,
Okay.
yeah.
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 Did you use layers at all?
I think I tried to use the layer. Let's see if I used any layers. No, actually, so I did do a layer at first, and I probably erased it because I wasn't getting the results I wanted, so I wanted to blend more.
Okay.
So because I wanted to like blend the inks and try to see if they actually could, if I could blend into another one.
Yeah.
So I didn't really get into the layering on this part.
I can see you use the spray tool a little bit.
Yes.
there,
Oh,
right?
I kind of went sick on it.
Yeah.
'Cause once I discovered it, I was like, wait a minute, you could do this and you could
And
do
you
that.
did like a light grayscale on it.
Yep. Yeah, I totally did grayscale. Once I had like my formula down, and it was just like, it was really just fun just experimenting, just trying to figure out like what the different pencils did and like the effects you could make. It started off just with a beak, and I didn't know where I was going with it, and I just kept going and just kept going and kept going.
Yeah.
And it was like, so I was just discovering all the pins and just going, yeah, I'm gonna do this next and do this next, and it was fun.
That's awesome. And that's your tree signature.
Yeah.
Because I think actually the last time you used it, I gave you this pen. I gave you the Heart of Metal 2.
Yeah.
And I think I gave you that one.
Yeah, I used this before.
Okay. You
Yeah,
did.
this is a
Okay.
pen I definitely used.
What do you think of that pen in general?
Oh, this pen was perfect. Yeah, nothing was wrong with it. I didn't have any qualms. This
Okay.
was really good.
Did you draw it all in the Notes app?
I did not. You know, going into the Notes app, because I wanted to use the snapping tool.
Yeah.
Didn't get into it that much because I was really focused on this. What I discovered is using the eraser tool as well, and that was fun. Like, because you could do the negative effect, like doing these like the leaves in here and the feathers, like doing the negative. So I wasn't able to really use the Notes app because, like I said, I wanted to use it because I wanted to really understand like the snapping tool, especially forced perspective and three-dimensional when you're doing landscapes
like,
and things like that with
the
the
line
lines.
snapping, yeah.
And I thought about that. Even doing logos, I was like, oh, that might be cool for like to do logos in a snap design. You know, I don't know what artist said that, you know, a painting is never done. And I don't know how many times I've come back to this
crow.
because I was like, oh man, you could do this now. And like, this crow probably changed. If you backspace like a bunch of times,
Yeah.
it would probably change into 7 different crows because
Yeah.
it was one
started
way.
as one thing.
Yeah, and then I just kept going and kept going. And then once I found another tool, and I was like, what does that do now? And what does this do? So I love that factor of it. That like it was really, you know, it kept my curiosity. And the pencil I thought worked perfectly. And like I said, I think I worked with this pencil before, and it was like it was totally fine. I love the fact that it has like this point that it feels like a pencil.
Very fine.
Like,
right?
yeah, it doesn't feel like
The grip too.
the
is
grip
nice,
too.
right?
The grip was nice. Yeah. But
So
yeah.
these are the new pens from Super. So this one just came out.
Oh wow.
Try it out. Called the Lamy. You know the company Lamy? LA. It's
Yes, yes.
LAMY. I think
Yep.
it's right here, maybe. Right there. Lamy.
Oh,
So it's
Lamy.
like a
Yep.
German company.
Yep.
I find that it because it's plastic. After I've used it for a while, like I find that my hand slips a little bit, but maybe
Okay.
that's just me. And then this one is also Lamy, but it's kind of cool because it's if you go one way, that's the ceramic nib, and then if you go the other way, it's a regular pen.
Whoa.
So you can just like have that one thing to carry around, you know.
But that's a little scary though,
Well,
because
you could. Some people accidentally will put ink on the tablet.
exactly that's.
And then they have a guide on their website if you accidentally do that of how to clean it properly.
I think this one works better than this one.
You think?
Yeah, hold on, this one was.
But I've been traveling with that one normally just because it's nice to have both.
Yeah, I
part of
totally
metal.
remember this one. Yeah, absolutely.
That's probably one of my favorites. Actually, I think to draw, this is my favorite. But then just for like general writing, I think I like the weighting of that and like
Yeah.
it's such a nicely designed and good looking pen, you know.
Oh, this is very nice.
Katsuya Terada, you said you had you're familiar with his work and you
Yes.
had met him before.
So I met him. I was working at a hotel in the city, and it was during Comic-Con time.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite artists, comic book artists, is Jim Lee.
Jim Lee,
And I love Jim Lee. I used to like try to like mimic his artwork, especially he did like this wonderful spread of X-Men, and I forget what number it is, but he did this 4-panel X-Men that like it's from like all the X-Men fighting Magneto. When you could buy all 4 comic books, and when they had different covers,
them
yeah, and you
together.
could put them together and like you see them, or you could have the page. They had a 4-panel page where it opens up into that one sheet. And I told him that when he checked in, someone said, "A Mr. James Lee from DC. I think he's the creative director of DC now or something."
Okay.
And I was like, "His name is Jim." Yeah. It was like, "No, James Lee." I was like, and I don't fanboy. Like I've met a lot of celebrities. I don't fanboy.
Yeah.
I was freaking out, and
Yeah.
I was like, "I'm taking him upstairs." And I told him I'm a big fan. I was able to freak out with him. And the next day, I get a call. Was off the next day, and my manager called me and said, "Hey, this guy, this short Asian guy came to the desk and left you some Comic-Con tickets." I'm like, "What?" So I came with my son, and it was Jim Lee and what's his name sitting in the
Katsuya.
yeah, they were sitting in the lobby sketching together.
Oh wow.
And I was like, "This is like I can't fanboy any harder than I am." And what's wonderful, one thing about New York, and like people just walk by you, they don't even know that. Like I'm sitting there watching magic happen in front of me, and everyone else is like, I need to use the bathroom, whatever. Yeah. I'm like, wow, and I'm like, Mr. Lee, it's like, "Thank you so much for the Comic-Con tickets." Like, "Oh no," and he introduced me, and I shook his hand, and I was like, and I don't think he speaks a word of English.
Yeah.
He was just so.
The video I sent you, I think it's all Japanese dubbed. Or like captioned in English.
Yeah, I don't think he speaks like a word. And I said hello to Jim Lee, and Jim Lee met my son. And the Comic-Con tickets that he gave me was like the most super awesome
big
thing.
pass,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was amazing. And I got to. I mean, we spent the entire day and just like.
Yeah.
No, my son was tired and wanted to go home, and I was like, "No, you're not."
So
I was like, "Eat some chocolate. Let's keep moving."
So really quickly, I want to show you something. Brief intermission. So you said you like X-Men.
Yes.
This is a new product that just came out. So right now I just have some text on there. This is also e-ink, but it's Spectra 6. I mean, you remember the Remarkable Paper Pro?
Yeah.
It's color.
Yeah.
So it looked, I don't know if you remember, like it looks okay.
Yeah.
But this you can, so like here's one I had on the other day. So I'll show this
Wow.
for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So basically, the way it works is there's a little NFC chip here.
Uh-huh.
So I'll tap it, and then I'll hear a little buzz, and then it'll start connecting in a second, you see? And then it'll load, send it over.
Don't tell me
And
it's
then
gonna.
it's gonna send it, but this one, you'll see, it's not meant for like these because it takes about 12 to 15 seconds to digitally print. But then once it prints, it's a lot more vibrant than any other e-ink, you know.
Wow.
So you'll see it's doing the digital printing now.
Yeah.
And I'll get a little more light on it too. But then you'll see
Yeah.
now.
out of here.
But no, it's just
That's sick.
it's just there for however long you want.
Hold
to
on,
leave
this is and
it uses no power.
that's sick.
Yeah. So these aren't out yet, but they're gonna start coming out in the next
Modern
couple weeks.
technology, man. This is beautiful.
The colors are pretty vibrant,
That's
right?
really good. Yeah, that's way better than the colors that will
On the
be used.
Remarkable Paper Pro.
That's
Well, and the Remarkable Paper Pro had a front light too.
Really?
Which makes it a little more vibrant looking. But this has, that is the one thing about this. It does need good lighting. Like you'll see if I turn it,
still good.
It still looks like a print.
Yeah.
But it's just a lot more vibrant when you get.
100% looks like a print.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it's called Spectra 6, but it's made by eink.
And you said no power?
No power, yeah. So the battery will last like a year or two, depending on how often you update it. If I were just to leave it like this,
you're just good.
Yeah, you're good. I mean, the battery will drop percentage over time just because batteries don't hold charge perfectly, but just when it's updating.
Man.
So those 15 seconds where it was updating is when it's using power.
That is.
So here, you can scroll here. We can show you another one after too.
That is sick. Oh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1985, is it?
Yeah, it's the originals. So it'll be done in a sec.
Wow.
So I think art looks really good on it, but
that's a really cool way to have art in your space.
Yeah.
Like,
because you don't have to commit to a piece.
Exactly.
You know?
And especially like if you just come across something that you like.
Yeah.
Like you would just, especially if you could take a photo of something or you could download something off Pinterest that you like.
Exactly. I mean, that's what most of these I just got offline. You know,
that's really, really cool.
I kind of just was like, oh, I want to see what that looks like. But yeah, then it has this custom mat, so you can change this too. That's the NFC chip here.
Nice.
But anyway, sorry about the side tangent.
No, please. Actually, because this is the Jim Lee X-Men.
Oh, you want to send that to me? I'll pop that one up.
Yeah. I went to art and design high school, and then we can intern at Marvel. And I wasn't able to do it, but I told him, like, when I was in high school, I said, like, I wanted to be, and he looks 12 years old. And he must have been thinking, high school? He's like, he's older than I am, but he was probably, when I was 17, he was probably 20 working at Marvel, doing this type of work, so.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, nice.
It does look good, yeah.
Oh, Wolverine looks amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I got this one of...
Marvel, they contacted me to do like a little cameo for the Marvel's film to play Beast, and they said I didn't have to dress in blue this time. They just kind of just put the dots on me and everything. Oh yeah, that's sick. That's sick. Right? And he said, oh, so it was nice to kind of revisit that role. And then he said, and then they called me again and said, hey, we're making another movie. You want to play Beast again? He was like, yeah, and now he's like, I'm a much older person. I get to play Beast for the Doctor Doom movie. I was like, nice.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for that movie. I think that'll be a good one.
That's gonna be dope. That is beautiful. Oh, see, and you could just, if you had like a couple of these, you could just put up in your room.
Yeah, you could have like a triptych. You could have a four pack, panel. And you could have all four of them up there. And yeah. Back to the Supernote Manta. What did you think about the size?
The size was perfect.
Think about the design.
The size was perfect. I'm still trying to get used to, having that capability of when you hit something, it happens right away. So like having a lot of it, I had to like wait for the result. But so it wasn't as intuitive as I wanted it to be. But then after using it, after like I was doing it, I kind of like just get the gist. Like with humans, you just adapt and you kind of like, okay, this is what's happening. This is what's happening. Sure. So at first, it was kind of taking me out of that creative mode of like, as I'm creating, and then like you want instant gratification to move on to the next thing. But then afterwards, I was able to like just adapt to it and just I was able to draw, and I understood I had to wait a few seconds for it to render and then move on from it and just keep going. And that's probably why I changed it up so many times, because I just kept getting excited about the next thing I was doing. And there's probably like another animal under here too. Like I think it was started out like a skull or something, and then I went to a crow, and then went to something else. And
I can try to export this too and send it to you if you want.
Please,
if you want to see what the outcome is.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the PC,
Yeah, please.
Part of what you're saying, like sometimes when you're pressing menu items,
and that was mostly
register as much as you think you'd want them to.
Exactly. Yeah. So it was like I'm using this pencil, then I'm like, oh, now I need to change to this. And then I changed to this.
You always need to tap harder than you think, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
That is definitely something I struggle with too a little bit. But I think as I've used the platform, I just know I just need to press a lot,
and that's exactly
almost
what
like
happened.
Twice as hard as I think I need to press.
That's and what it was, I found myself using my finger. So if I'm drawing, I just tap on with my finger.
Do you find that was more responsive?
Yep, that was more responsive. Yeah, I could just do that, and then it happened.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was just that because like I thought I was like misfiring when I used the pencil.
Yeah.
Now I'm just pressing hard, but I think I wasn't pressing hard enough. I would just like tap it, and I wasn't just doing it. But when I found like my thumb, I was able to, just do it and draw. So,
sure.
And then because it was on the side, so as I'm holding it, so as I'm holding it like this and I'm drawing like this, I could just do that if I need it because I already had the pencil set up already, so I knew what pencil was going to do what at what time, so I didn't have to like go rearrange them.
Gotcha.
Sometimes with the color, the grayscale, I had to figure those out.
Gotcha.
But
okay, so now this is actually the first one you tried, and that was probably over a year ago, right?
Yep, exactly.
So what I want to have you do really quickly is just try them back to back. Not even really try, just test one and then test the other, and tell me if you feel any like differences.
I love drawing on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one is glass, and this one is plastic.
Okay. I prefer this one.
Okay.
Like if I was gonna draw, I think I would be. This one feels nicer.
What a lot of people have kind of equated it to is this feels like drawing on like a single sheet of paper on a table.
Okay.
And then this feels like drawing on a couple sheets of paper on a table because they both have the same screen protector on them.
Okay.
I don't think it affects the drawing much.
I don't think
it's just
so,
more like a preference of feel. The plastic is a more durable design because, as we know, glass tends to break, whereas plastic bends.
Yeah.
So what did you think of the design? Like the
Oh, it was perfect.
it
was perfect.
Did you ever use it without this or no?
No.
No.
I kept that on.
The clipboard style.
Yeah. Because I didn't want to take the chance of not being able to put it back on. No, it was fine. I just did this and kind of drew on it. I think, like I said, size-wise, like something like this or this size, I would probably use more because I would be able to actually sit on a train, open it up when I need it, and just take notes. You know, and it doesn't look as big or intrusive as it would.
Right.
Like like something this size.
And you can like maybe fit that in a jacket or something.
Exactly.
Whereas that, you definitely need a bag for that.
You need a bag for it, exactly.
Yeah.
And where this,
you'll be happy to know. I don't know if you remember, but this has shape snapping and line snapping.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
So
yes. Awesome.
Should be able.
Awesome. I'm excited to kind of like deep dive into it.
Yeah, and like neither of these has a front light. So if it is dim, it is.
Yeah.
They have good reflectancy. Like the whites are decently white. This has a carded panel, so I think this has a very similar panel to this one.
Okay.
But with the front light, it should give you the ability to like read stuff on it at night.
Well, I would love to do a review on this one if you just happen to come to New York.
Yeah, maybe when I come back. Kevin works in my parents' building, and my parents are moving, so these are not going to be as easy to do going forward.
Yeah.
But if I do come back, then maybe
please.
We
like
do a very long-term one on that.
Yeah. And be like, listen, I've used it for a year now, and this is what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so out of all the tablets you've tried so far, you've tried the VWoods Big, the Nomad, the RM1, the RM2, the RM Paper Pro, and now the Manta. Which one did you prefer the most out of all of them?
I see, now that's hard because I think my understanding of them gotten better
over time.
So I think this last one, I was able to do more because I understood it more, and I was able to understand the function of it. But I think the big one, I enjoyed that too.
The Remarkable Paper
The Remarkable Pen Pro, yeah. I enjoyed that. Is that the one I used the blue pen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I was on a live stream with some people too recently, and they were asking me which one I preferred.
Yeah.
And I said that the Remarkable Paper Pro I thought was the most fun.
Yeah.
But I think this is the most like accurate in
Yes.
terms of like the fine point control.
And
And I feel like it's more of a tool. Like I feel like
Yeah.
if I drew an outline or something like here, I could export it and then
Okay.
use it in some software. Whereas the
Okay.
Remarkable, I don't remember if you remember, it had like that wobble.
Yes, right.
When you were
Yes, right.
drawing.
Yep.
So
yep.
like that
Yeah.
would you'd have to do so much correction in
Yeah.
in
But
your
it was fun to
software.
use, though.
But it's
It
super
wa-
fun, right?
Yeah, it
It's
is
like-
fun to use. And I just think with this one, like I said, I'm not sure if it's just my skill level or my understanding of the instrument that I'm now more versed in, like understanding like to get the lines down and where my pencils are, because I got more time to use it as well. So I was
Yeah.
able to like put the settings exactly where I wanted
Right,
them,
right.
and I understood what I was doing as I was doing it.
Yeah.
With the other ones, I'm kind of like just exploring. I'm kind of
Yeah.
like, you know, just, oh, what does this do?
Learning
what does
the
that
new
do? Yeah,
platform.
learn the platform, exactly. But this one, I was like, yeah, I was able to actually to get into it, and I kind of like as I'm just sitting down at home watching like a documentary or something, I'm drawing on my lap, and it
Right.
was like really awesome to do.
That's cool. So yeah,
Yeah.
thank you so much, Kevin, for
Anytime.
trying all
Anytime,
these.
my friend. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank
like I
you.
said, we'll try to do another
Thank
one
you.
in the future.
That'd
if
be
we can.
awesome, please.
I really hope you enjoy that and are able to
I
use it
am
on the subway.
totally. I am.
I'll show
Today.
you. I'll show you some quick tips in a second
Okay.
when we're off camera. I just want to show you a photo as the last one on
Of what
here.
it looks like on here, yeah.
So you know the Afghan girl? She's
Yep.
it's a pretty famous
Yep.
photo. So you can kind of see the what I was talking about, like kind of a actual print versus something like a photo. I think these you can really get close to and they still look good. These you need to have like a little more distance to
Yeah.
to have it be fully the effect that you think. I mean, this is also a very good photo, so
Yeah.
the colors kind of pop.
Oh wow, that's
You see,
really good.
right,
though.
if you get
I see
close,
what
you
you're
can see the
saying.
dithering
Yep.
on her face and
And
stuff.
then the cheek right here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
right here. But then you hold it there.
Flawless.
It's
yeah.
like it gives the full
Yeah.
effect, right?
yeah,
You don't really notice.
that's perfect.
If you want to watch some of the last videos with Kevin, you can check out the Remarkable Paper Pro here or the Supernote Nomad.
I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning doing a painting that's due today.
Oh, really?
So I did it's a 12-foot long painting, Asian themed, on butcher paper.
Oh, that's cool.
And doing like this watercolor painting on this thing, and I stayed up to 3 o'clock in the morning, and then
Working
had
on
to
that.
get up at 5.
Working on that.
Yeah, working on that all night.
So you can use the cappuccino.
Yeah, yes. Oh my God, yes.